And Marius, why don't you tell me before we dive into your Twitch, your streamage? Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into crypto and Wax and the Avalon game, how it kind of came about and your role in it? I guess you're the lead man, eh? You're the owner.
Well, I'm the wallet behind the
The wallet.
project.
The wallet man.
Wallet man, you can call me. I'm the sponsor of the whole project. So, into crypto, I believe in 2016 with Ian Balina. Some of you can know him, pretty well-known crypto guy. He used to work for Microsoft, a great analyzer of stuff. So we started with his group years ago. It was fun. It was the times of the early token releases, the first ICOs. Everyone was doing great. Then it was 18. We all lost money, or most of us. Some of us made money, some not. Crypto was always kind of there on the back of my head, even with the break from it. I ran a large farming corporation. I came from real estate, and I went into farming, which is pretty popular in California. My office building is close to Blizzard,
Cool.
so I get to hang out with a lot of different guys from a gaming industry, and I'm also very close to Amazon Games. And that's how I got mixed up in this whole thing. Then someone showed me Splinterlands back in the day,
Okay.
and I'm like, why don't they do a real games? Because everybody is building games on blockchain and then trying to say it's a game versus build a game and plug in blockchain.
Right. Right.
So we went the other way around. We started working in September of the last year. So we're looking on a year right now in a couple months. We've been not promoting, not talking to anybody, not showing any project stuff. We were just watching the big dogs in the industry. And finally we are in the alpha. We're surprising a lot of people that they never heard about us. One of the reasons was to keep it low key in order to don't get copied by other projects. And don't release light paper and have it there for everybody else to just grab your ideas and implement them. Right? So we are sponsored by Amazon AWS. We're the only company in the blockchain
Wow.
that been sponsored by Amazon. And our second partner, large partner, is Polygon Studios. We also are recipient of a grant from Polygon Studios for our media in that case. We have a very diversified team. We have a team from blockchain, we have a team from games, we have people from Halo, we have guys that do Witcher 1 and 2. We have one of the best composers in the world, I think, Leonardo Furore, that you can find him on the website. He did incredible things like Final Fantasy. That's his product, right? So our writer is from Game of Thrones, the game. Our second writer is #1 expert in the world on Templars. We have two storylines. We have the storyline that is more fantasy. We have storyline that's more historical for you to play.
Oh, cool.
The game is designed a little bit like Assassin's Creed. You can play it one person if you want to and finish some adventures. But all your raids have to be style of Destiny. So you grab some drinks, you grab some food, you plan before you go, you get the right guys with yourself, friends preferably, and you deep dive in 32 to 2 hour raid, where even the last person standing will save the team. So even if you die, but because you can sacrifice yourself in our raids, which is very rare in the industry, you're gonna get a skill where you can sacrifice yourself and help your team, yet they push forward in the raid, right? So you have these options. But we created the raids to be only 6 people. They can be 5, but 6 is the ultimate number, similar to Destiny, and similar operation of the raid like in Destiny. So going deep in the different locations, diving, and in I will say chapters. So you can pass one part of the raid, you will still receive rewards, but if you manage to go deeper, your rewards are going to get better and better and better. So
Okay,
that's a little
cool.
bit about the game, a little bit about the gameplay. What is the next question? Because I never shut up, so you got to ask.
Yeah, if anybody in the chat has questions, by all means, throw them in the chat. All right, so it's like a 3D fantasy game, so it's raid based. I'm not too much of a gamer, so I don't have too much experience comparing to other games. But I guess you're saying your goal is you're in there with some other players, and your goal is to take out another team. Is that what's going on?
Your goal is to take down the boss. So
Take down
it's
the
not.
boss.
We have PvP option. We're the only game in blockchain that I know of that also has air like battles of dragons in the air while you fly them. I think we're the only ones. The second one that's coming over this World of Warcraft is, I think, in about a month. The new expansion is coming. So we're the only ones in the blockchain. You can scroll down the website because I see you showing the website. You can scroll down. There's multiple different videos.
Oh yeah. Look at that. So we got, and you're gonna play it too here in a little bit. But
yes,
so
I will.
cool.
This is the
So you're
village.
walking through. Yeah.
So going forward with the gameplay. So we have a storyline of King Arthur and everything that's related to King Arthur. So Merlin, the dragons, the sword, all that sort of stuff in a fantasy line. So we have the elves, we have the druids, and we of course have the very hated orcs.
Okay.
And then we have necromancer, like you can see it there on the screen, and a bunch of other stuff like that, dungeons. But we also have a storyline for Templars. Storyline is extremely historically accurate.
Okay.
Try to educate people in a fun way. They will learn stuff that they never heard about Templars. And we have a very large rewards for finishing the Templar storyline quests. These are donated by our sponsors. All the raids that you see there, STKC chests, these are donation rates. So depending on the week, you may hit a very large rewards depending who was the donation company that was donating for the raids. We encourage guilds to create donation chests. We encourage companies. And we have also a private people that like to donate to communities. Other than that, it's all in-game rewards.
Okay. Cool.
I can maybe show you a little bit of the gameplay, but if you guys have any questions, just hit me up. I'm here.
Yeah. So you mentioned alpha. Is this publicly available yet or not?
October, early week of October.
Okay.
The owners of the passes can enter the gameplay.
Okay.
And,
so currently only people with the early access pass are able to play.
Yes.
Okay.
The passes are. I asked Lancelot to post a link for the passes there in your stream chat. So if somebody wants to access, or you can even access, and you can look through the different passes.
I'm going to VIP him real quick. All right, you can go ahead and post that link again there, Lancelot. It didn't go through. But that's cool because that's what the prize is. A early access pass emerald is the prize for the puzzle game and for the bounty block. So that's, now you know how you would use that. You would use that to access the game. What's the levels of the passes? Emerald and...
So there's 3 types of the passes, not including the Polygon one. Purple and Emerald is the same class of the pass. These give you access currently for 2 weeks of a gameplay. And they give you rewards. Each type of the passes pays rewards. So let's go from the bottom. So bottom is the Emerald one. And the Emerald one, currently with the access to 2 weeks, should able to give you 14 NFTs. And these also include 2,000 in-game tokens. At some point, these tokens are going to go on listings, and I don't want to brag, but we are already on Binance with the collection, so keep an eye on that one. So once again, the bottom one gives you access for 3 weeks, which you will receive 1 epic NFT every 24 hours if you participate in a raid. These passes are very, very cheap right now. They're at $85, I believe. And then we're going up to a silver pass, and the silver pass gives you an access for 6 weeks, and every day you will receive an NFT to your wallet
nice.
For participation in the gameplay, right? So it's 6 times 7 basically. Also, that one gives you an access to a special chat room for our gold VIP war room, where we have all the gold members currently. And that one also gives you an access to 3,000 tokens in game. That was the gold one. And this one right now is $250. It's not expensive. I don't think. It's just fine for what it does. And you can start playing on October, I believe, 7th, if everything goes correctly. And then one down from that is the silver one. Silver one is currently 3 weeks, 2,000 tokens, and bottom one 2 weeks and 1,000 tokens. For those of guys that play on Polygon, the Purple Plus gives you access to a Polygon chat room. Polygon, as a partner, and enforced on us in a nice way to have separate characters, separate types of passes, also separate amounts in the game. So if you're coming from Polygon, your in-game the visual part of the game is going to be a little bit different than the WAX players or Binance, right? You can use a little bit different items. All of these chains want you to look a little different. And now we're connected to Polygon, we're connected to WAX, we're connected to Binance. So these are the one that we're 100% connected to, and they're going to be in the alpha.
Okay, great. What kind of NFTs does it drop for you every day?
It drops passes. The passes will drop badges. It can drop characters, and it can drop land. It just depending how lucky you are, right? You get one a day, and it's randomized, and we don't really know what it's going to drop. We just deposit all the NFTs to randomizer, right?
Yeah.
So you may get something fancy. You may get a $300 character. You may get a $400 land.
So you can use those in the game. So a land will be used in the game.
Yes, there's quite a bit of land sale that already went into the Gold Pass members. The first village is pretty much sold out. People already planning on the second village right now. We don't have an official land sale, but if you look into the Gold Pass, it tells you that you have a first right of refusal on what we offer to the general public. So it gives you a lot of early access before anybody even knows about the game, before they can see the land, and you can just walk the land. You can choose where you want to be, right? Our members are very tight and very helpful. It's a different community. There is not a bunch of 18-year-olds screening one game. It's more of an adult community where the guys support each other, and they plan to have a little business. They plan to be in a particular spot. They come from different real estate games. They have all tons of experience in MMORPGs and all of these that you guys like to play. But that's pretty much about the passes. I hope I explained everything.
No, that's great. So these passes hold a lot of utility. This link right here, the Medium link that's in the chat, tells all about them. So that's very helpful. And it looks like you have some in-game tokens as well. So that's cool. A lot. So this is all preliminary stuff because it's only going public here. Not even yet. So, but you say
around August next year.
Oh, so next year. Okay. So we still have a year to go. Okay.
Not for the alpha. The alpha in 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
But then the reason we're doing it like this is like many other games like Mirando So Big Time. We want to get the initial group of strong supporters to help us test the ideas, right? It's different if devs are testing it, and it's different if gamers are coming and testing.
Yeah.
We really listen to people's opinions. We reward them with custom animals in the game and stuff like that. We give you the very unique experience of being a part of the build.
Yeah, the fact in my head I thought a few weeks, but so these you got like almost a year of being an early adopter, early access player using these passes. That's kind of a big deal then. And then they give you all these free NFTs and token payouts as well. So that's really fun. So what you're playing there, what you play on your stream there, that's not open to the public then. That's only, well, I guess people that have the pass can get in there.
For the passes, yeah, we're not going to be opening up servers to the public. It's all to people that want to support us. But we reward them with 10x on their passes right away. Off the box. So
all right.
Many people understands the passes, so I recommend you go and read and spend some time and ask questions in community. Because all these people that ask questions and come, they realize that we're very, very reasonable. We have multiple different chests that include pass, land, character. They're also priced at like half the market value is. I have to say, most of the mythical characters sold out right away. There's a couple of them still left, maybe half, but I think 40% is left of the mythicals.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's look at some gameplay, eh? 35 people in the Grubfish. You guys can still join. Let's go ahead and still do like 5 minutes of just starting your intro here, and then we'll do a Grubfish, and then you can go, and then you can keep going for like 15 more minutes.
You can do a Grubfish. I enjoy watching that. It's fun.
All right, yeah, I will. Let's do that. Let's do a Grubfish first, and then dive into the game. But before that, I want you to explain what the other prize is. You had the initiation pass. What's that one do?
The initiation pass applies to Templars, and it gives you. So there's 3 different types of Templars. The Mythical Templar doesn't need initiation pass, but any Templar under Mythical will need that in order to be able to resurrect. So that's one of the things. And the second thing that little pass gives you is access to hidden parts of the map. The third one, it's just a beautiful wallpaper for your computer.
Nice. So it accesses part of the map, huh? That's interesting.
Yes, that nobody else can access. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Gives you a mission. Gives you a mission for your Templar to have an access to a mythical mission. So the regular ones don't have it. This one helps.
Great. But you still need the other pass in order to play, though?
Oh, yes. This is just add-on.
Okay, it's like an add-on. Okay, gotcha.
Add-on to your Templar.
All right, so this guy here will be your prize for first place on this Grubfish. Right here. So get in here. Last chance to get in here, because we're going to do that. And when we get back, I will put your Twitch on, and you can just do what you want in the game. Tell us what you're doing in the game. Tell us about raids. Is it also passive without raids, where you just like a free roam type of game too?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
You're not gonna make $1,000 a night if you don't participate in raids, but you can play.
Gotcha. So you can go in there and look around, do whatever you want, but then you got to participate in the raids to get your stuff, get your payouts.
Yes, you get also payouts from random missions in the game too. They're just not that huge.
Okay, cool. Some different missions. Yeah, so I really like you said in the beginning, you created a video game, a game that's based, like, it's focused on the game itself, and then you're injecting blockchain into it. I think it's a really beautiful way to go about things, instead of the other way. Instead of focusing on the NFTs, it's about the game. But then, like, your items, like your lands and whatever, this guy right here unlocks things in the game. So I think that's how, and I've been saying it, that's how NFTs should be applied into video games as like items. So you're definitely on the right track, and holy moly, you're backed by some big companies and whatnot. So hope to see a lot of great things in the future from it.
We hope. We're working very hard. There's 17 of us. At least 6 of us is full-time, and the rest supports when we have an issue. Also, I believe the only game in blockchain that have integrated voice chat in the game with proximity detection. No looking for people. You just press V and talk to anyone that you see.
Yeah, awesome. So it's like a metaverse type of thing, really, but it's a video game. Awesome. All right. Well, last call to get in this Grubfish. First place will get that initiation pass, which you can use in the game. All right. Let's get in here. Boom. A good luck. Nasty, I saw you in the chat. You got a shiny UFO. Congratulations. That's from our collection. Nasty's also, yeah, there's a shout out in there. Nasty also streams wax stuff as well, if anybody want to go follow him. And you stream as well, Danu Games. I'm gonna drop that in the chat. Actually, I should do it after the grub. I'll do it again. But that's what we're going to be watching to get the screen. And then you also do just kind of semi-regular streams yourself, eh?
Yes. So we try to stream for community a couple times a week, depending how many updates we're doing. We're trying to don't show obviously everything, so people don't get bored. We show limited part of the map, but for example, when the buyers buy homes and we do like real estate walkthroughs, the properties, we show the lots, then people just have a better view of what they're actually getting into. Versus a bunch of the games just gives you a screenshot of something.
Yeah.
And you know what you're getting into. We're very transparent about that.
I love it. Love it.
One left.
Boom.
That's the rule.
Yeah, it's not just screenshots. You're actually showing an active, really well-produced looking game that looks like an actual video game, like it looks like a console game. So it's really awesome to see.
It is a console game. So we're going on Xbox. There's a lot of things that we were talking about. So we're currently integrated with Xbox controller. We're gonna go on Xbox Online. We've been approached by Sega. And I can't even say where we're going with that one, but we're working right now with a big Japanese company to also be playable in browser. There's a lot of things we're doing, which is unknown, so we're trying to start showing to the people, and then please spread the word. We have a very active and cool but small community yet. Just coming out with that stuff. We were just working very hard and quietly for a year.
Gotcha.
Now it's time to show at least the alpha, because people couldn't believe that we have it. I'm like, yes, we do.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Congratulations, Master Yule. Master Yule. You got that initiation pass, the Templar Grandmaster. The Templar Grandmaster initiation pass. Well done.
I need to get your Templar.
All right, you guys can go ahead and rejoin the grub. We're gonna circle back to it in about 15 minutes. And in the meantime, I got here
more cheese is on it. I can see the wallet coming out.
There we go. I got here Marius's Twitch, Danu Games, and we figured this is the best way to kind of show you guys with the least amount of lag and the best quality we can get. So you got yourself a character here, and very beautiful landscapes. I saw that in some of the other videos. Very beautiful.
This is a legendary Grand Inquisitor. So dark mage, basically, for those that are familiar with MMORPG. Inside the stables are NFT. The whole building is an NFT. So is the character is an NFT. The building, you breed, sell horses. You can buy, sell them. There's a little menu here that you popped out and you buy horses with different descriptions. There's tons of showing, so I'm going to try to go very quickly through it. It's a lot of content to this game. These are our fields. Horses are having good time. There is fishing included in this game, so you can just come with a friend and fish by the lakes and hang out. Don't need to really go and chase anything. One of the most popular NFTs is beautiful mill here. Horse almost ran me over. That generates your food for you. You need to eat food in the game in order to regenerate your energy, and you can create the food from resources found all over the place in a map. Resources are free, just gotta harvest them. You come to the mill and you create different types of bread.
Oh, look at that.
Then you can put to your inventory and you can drag it for quick use in the bottle to the console here on the bottom to replenish when you need food, right? This is player owned with player name on it or a guild name on it. And the players receive 90% of the tokens charged for creation of the bread, right? Tokens are in your right bottom corner of the screen. You receive tokens for killing wolves, finding chests, finishing different missions, and I'm gonna go to this side. I'm gonna show you more of the village here. So this is our main street we're approaching now, where the homes are starting, farms. For example, these corner homes are all sold already. Main street. fountain where you can buff to get 50% upgrade to your health before you go to the missions. Here is another NFT that you guys can have. It's a forge, so it's your in-game business where players will come and repair their weapons or buy new ones or craft arrow packs, new weapons and stuff. You set up your own fees. See, I have a lot of damaged weapons that I have to fix right now. And every time I fix it, it's going to be pulled out of my AVL. I fix it, and that all goes to you as the owner of the forge, right? Simplifying.
Okay, so everything is NFT based. These items, and do you have to pay actual tokens to like do that too? You said it costs. So, is that crypto tokens?
Yes. So you're harvesting tokens in a game. It's very easy for you to find a bunch of tokens, right?
Okay.
And then you use them partially, right, depending how resourceful you are, for different services in a game to support the in-game economy. So it's not, the in-game token is not for you in general to, yes, you can do it, but it's not going to help you play if you're going to withdraw it to the exchange and sell it. That you have your rewards in rates. So rewards in rates are paid in Matic, in BUSD, and in WAX. So they don't affect our economy, but these you can withdraw and you can sell. But in-game token I recommend use for everything you do in a game.
Gotcha.
So the rates, all of them have actors read it behind it. So you not only get the text, but you also get an actor to read it for you. We have some very well-known actors that people are going to bump to here and recognize them right away. Once you play the alpha, some of the guys already know who the actors are, but we have some very known people.
Oh, nice.
That came into it. You have a bunch of different missions where you equip, let's say, a bow here, and you have to kill the big white wolf. In that case, to collect his fur, because it's needed for the guy there for the mission. So I got attacked by a bunch.
Some bow shooting going on. Oh man.
I got the wolf. I'm collecting the stuff now, and I can return it to the mission to complete it. This is just an example, right, how we did it. You have different types of weapons. You have to have a druid friend to help you heal if it's a bigger battle. We're trying to form good teams. You return it here.
My eyes can scarcely believe what they're
and you received passage to another mission along with the experience and some of the token. So every mission pays you a little bit.
Nice.
And gives you different rewards.
Pays you a little bit. So Sean BK asked if you got NFTs on Polygon and on Wax, are you able to use both of them at the same time? Or is this,
no. So you play with the same teammates, so it doesn't matter on which chain you are, but you in general have to choose when it comes to NFT line, where if you want to go with the WAX NFTs, or if you're gonna go, if you have more than one. If you just have a character, doesn't matter which chain you on. But if you're gonna go for real estate, right, and character, you need to stick to the one chain, the whichever you think is favorite for you, right? So if you have, for example, Forge, and the Forge makes you money, and it's in Wax, but your character is in Polygon, I will recommend to have it all in a one chain when it comes to separation. You can have multiple characters and you choose this one in Wax and this one in Polygon. That's totally fine. The gameplay will know with which chain you connected. Based on the connection from that chain, will distribute your rewards to the wallet you connected with.
Gotcha.
So you can mix it, but don't mix real estate. I don't really recommend that. So that was a little bit of this part I want to show you guys, because we have about 4 hours of gameplay now, so there's a lot of showing that I could go through. I want to show you some different parts of the map and some different NFTs that are important.
Yeah, do that, yeah.
So I showed you some of the homes, I showed you the 2 early ones, I showed you mission. Now I'm going to show you some that nobody has. So from what I know, unless somebody keep on copying it, but we did it a year ago, we are the only game that has battles in the sky with dragons multiplayer, right? So nobody else has that.
Look at that dragon. That's cool.
So you can use them as transportation. You can use them as Battle friends, they can go to raids, but you can find different little bottles with dragons too, right? So that's one of the things. I'm gonna land it. We also have a first-person camera when it comes to mounts. So you can use mounts and you can have a first-person look at it. Like that, for example, right? And then we have horses that you can ride. Also first-person. Horses are, in general, business. So you don't get a free horse. You have to make money just like in real life to buy yourself a horse. So make some tokens in game, find the guy that breeds horses, buy it from him, support his economy, yet start moving faster in the game, right? I'm gonna use our flying Ferrari, which is our eagle, to show you a little bit more of a map, guys. It's a really big world in alpha. You can get lost for hours and hours and hours playing. A lot of exploration going on here, a lot of beautiful places to go that I'm not showing because I don't want to show you too much. Just go and explore it by yourself. Do we have a map? Because people ask. Yes, we will have a map, but it's going to be more of a points of interest and more of an exploration discovery map. So you won't see the whole world in a map.
Okay.
The goal is to just explore the world. Don't make it boring, right?
Yeah.
One of the most popular business NFTs that we have is the teleportation system. So I'm going to walk really here. Boom, scan, boom. So these are our portals. Portals are player owned. What portals do, they work like airports. So you approach one, you press, and it shows you destinations where it can take you. And that fee is in AVL. That fee is set up by you as the owner. Every player that doesn't want to walk for 20 minutes, who wants to just teleport, will pay you for teleportation, and they jump to the next location.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Now we're in harbor, right? Somebody just made 25 AVL. That's tons of time, right?
Nice.
When we have a mission here, or you're meeting with friends, you can do it directly. We have a pretty big location of a harbor here with multiple different missions. I really hate fishermen, so I think I'm gonna hurt this one. I really don't like him.
Push him in.
So he's dead. Boom. Yeah, you can push him into different options. Tons of missions in the harbor, different items to collect, different items to craft, ships to take to another island. There's a lot of work already in this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the portal. You can also teleport from any place in the game to any place that has a portal by pressing P. Your fee is quite high. So keep that in mind, because you're not in a portal. But I'm gonna just teleport right now to the village from any place. Boom, there I am. Right. So that was simple thing. If you guys have any questions in the chat, let me know.
Someone asked if it's completely open world. It looks like it. You can go anywhere.
Completely open world. Yes.
How would you go start raids? Do you have to go to a certain place and time and whatnot?
So yes, so it's there's a raid guide, but I'm gonna jump out of this guide. So you can start the quests, and you have to finish the quests in order to get your first rune, and a rune activates the portal. So in order to get to the raid, you have to finish a series of quests. It's not long, and all the players that finish it within the first week will be there to help you and tell you where to go and what to do. It's quite easy.
Gotcha.
Just follow the series of quests. The very first ones from the village. You will start the game in the village, right by the church. And once you finish all the quests, you will receive a rune. This rune will give you access to the portal that takes you to the raid.
Okay.
You cannot enter raid by yourself. You have to have a team. That's why we put the voice chat, and you guys also communicate. We have 2 guilds currently already playing the game, coming to play the game. I recommend joining them. They have pretty active guilds. They're buying out real estate. They're teaming up, planning on different events. Let me see if I can. So, for example, this is one of the small raids that it's good for free people. Then enter this one just to show you a little bit. But this is recommended for healers and fighters, so be ready. You gotta get this guy down.
Oh, we're
To
in
get
the
him down,
dungeon.
you have a decent... I will die here. So some of the simple raids you can access by yourself. These don't drop the main NFTs. They drop quite a bit of token. In-game items such as like legendary bows, swords, stuff like that. The main raids are in the main portal.
Very cool.
All right, guys, if you have any other questions, guys, I'm open. The world is pretty big, and yes, we do have a PvP zone. We're finishing up, so you're going to be able to test your might against your buddies in a little PvP zone also.
Nice. So open world game, you got quests to finish up to achieve the quests, and then those give you some things, a rune, and then you can you go participate in the raids using the portals, but it costs some to go through the portals.
No, so the yes for teleportation within a game, but no to go to the raid. That one is for free.
Okay.
So you don't pay anything. So this is the raid gate, for example. I'm gonna approach this one. This is the raid gate that will only activate all the runes are active. This one for testing, maybe even active. See, it will say the portal seems inactive. The arcane pattern of druidic runes seem broken by missing stones. So you will receive the stone after you finish Inquisitor quest, and then a bunch of other guys in the game will have it. You will just stand here, press X, and it will let you in as a team. That's kind of how it works. It's really not complicated. We try to make it easy. And even if you guys are all in different chains, the raid will know and will distribute rewards. Now, who gets the biggest rewards? Because that's the most important question. The person that is the most creates the most danger for the boss in a raid. It doesn't mean that you do the most damage, and it doesn't mean that you do the highest level. But you can be a great healer, and you can do a lot of damage. And the algorithm will create that you are the most dangerous part of the team, and you will get the NFT, and everybody else will get the coins. Just an example, right?
Nice. What will the system requirements be? Do you need a beefy computer to be able to run all this?
So yes and no. So in the early stage, you can change your resolution scale to lower. You can change your shadow quality, anti-aliasing type, and AA quality here, which is shadows. So you can lower that like I just lower here, and that will allow you to run it on i5, but I will recommend for this game to run i7 processor when it comes to Windows. The actual game will be also in the browser because it's going to be a cloud game. Mm-hmm. So in the future you can play in a browser. Doesn't matter what computer you have, it will work on anything. But for the blockchain part of the game, which is the alpha, really i7, and also in our light paper on the bottom there is exact minimum specification for your computer.
Okay, cool.
I think any gamer computer that they play games, this will work. Just it can't be 6-year-old. It has to be decently modern computer. It's one of the things, right? So keep that in mind. Homes come with interiors. You spend an hour in the price of each of the homes. You will spend an hour with designer, and they will help you arrange. You will find different furniture. You will find different paintings. You will find beds which recover. Even we designed beds that you can find. Will buff your skills for a little bit. So we're really going for players that help our economy, mm-hmm. and we reward them for that.
Very nice. I'm getting a couple questions that are also being answered, so thanks people in the chat for answering. What chains are you on? How many people can raid or quest together? And Starchild answered 6 normally. Some mythical characters make it possible to go into the raids as 5 to get higher rewards.
Yes,
cool.
That's correct. So we're also building, because we have a decent amount of mythical community already. People are sharp in industry. They understand the mythical characters will go in a very high price. Let's say 2 years from now. It's the same with every game. So I've noticed that when it comes to sales, the mythicals sell out quite fast. Mm-hmm. And we created as a reward system for mythicals a new mythical world for them. Only they can access. The bosses are harder. The rewards are higher. We reward these guys. They have their own spot to hang out, but they also stay with community. They're not separate. They just have one separate world to go, and separate chat room. So we hope that these are the most advanced characters that we have. Resources are really easy to find, guys. Honey is in different places. Berries are in different places. We created system of sharing. So if a couple of you goes on a raid, or you went somewhere with a friend and he forgot the food, or he just doesn't have a bow, you just pick up from your inventory, drag it, drop it here. It appears in the external world, and your friend can pick it up.
Oh, how about that?
And borrow. So
you can work together in real time like a metaverse, and you can trade items and voice chat with each other. And that's the purpose of it, because you have to do that together with the raids. Very cool.
Yes, we have to. And we're going to have people ask, do we going to have a world chat? Yes, we will. A mini-map? Yes, we will, but it's going to be limited. Oh, I'm getting attacked by a bunch of wolves. I'm out of here. Also, tons of exploration, tons of looking for places. Encourage, even if you play by yourself, people annoy you. Many people just wants to disconnect. So we have this. You can grab side missions here by yourself. Bernard will give you some missions. You can do it by yourself. You don't need anybody. We have created a very large druid world here. This is not the only map. I'm just showing this from a bunch of different maps. Prepare for people. That you can just go fish, chat with your friends, hunt some deer, listen to the sounds of nature, put on your headphones on, and just relax. You don't need to run and fight.
Yeah, some people, like I said, I'm not much of a gamer, but if I was going to hop in there, I would be intrigued by all the surroundings, exploring, looking at all the beauty that you got in there, because it looks really pretty. Everything does. And that's part of relaxing and just exploring more so than fighting. I think some people like doing that, so that's awesome. It's a great...
I did it.
It looks like a very large open space to do that.
So our loading screens are sponsored, so the raids are going to be sponsored. You're going to see a loading screen, and during the loading screen there is going to be a commercial, but usually it's just displaying a brand. It only takes 15 seconds when the server is loading, and these sponsors are paying for the chests inside of the game. Just take you a little bit to the druid place. Keep in mind that exploration is something that I encourage here, because I'm hiding a bunch of chests in interesting places, and you may find $5 there, $2 there, $20 there, depending where you go. So I recommend looking for places.
Yeah.
And a little heads up, they're going to be randomized. So if you plan to do YouTube video and show this is where always mythical chest is, none of this.
Yeah, maybe not next time. That's so cool. So it's because everything, the fact that blockchain is like injected into it means everything you find is worth something. It's not just an in-game nothingness for the looks of it. That's what really makes it next level here. Some of the chat is very surprised to see a high quality game like this on Wax. It's true, we don't see that much on Wax. We love seeing new things like it, so it's really awesome to see it, what it looks like.
I don't want to brag, but I think we're going to be number one on Wax, but we're not only on Wax.
Yeah.
We're not only on Wax, but Wax doesn't have nothing but card games, and the reason behind it, I think, was approach of people to production. It's very expensive to build games like this one, and they were trying to do it at lower cost, yet make it attractive. But also I've noticed too that Atomic Hub team supports incoming great projects. However, Wax is more of a conservative, and they really stick to their own projects. They don't support too much anything new coming. They're very assertive. So we will see how it goes with this project, but that's why we open it to a bunch of other chains, and also we partner up with Anchor, and we're writing. Anchor is the company here in Irvine, California, that wrote Binance chain, and Anchor is currently writing a chain for us. So at some point, we're going to operate in our own chain.
Wow.
You can just merge your NFTs to our chain, and that's it.
That's cool.
So,
but that can also onboard people to Wax as well if they're coming from other chains. It might open their eyes to Wax, so that's a really cool thing. too.
That's what we were trying to tell Wax. Like we're gonna be well known at some point, and when it comes to Wax, the marketplace is very easy to operate, very easy to create stuff, and onboarding in Wax is quite easy. But we decided also to go for Polygon for multiple reasons. One of them is some of the people are going to be here to play games. Some of them are going to be for quick flips. And some of them are going to be for the business purpose, right? If they invest more. For business purpose, you have to look at OpenSea, because OpenSea has even now $350 million.
Yeah, the most volume.
Turn around. Versus Wax that has almost nothing right now. So you got to keep in mind that everybody has different approach, and we have to offer them solutions. And that's why we went to Binance, because it's huge exposure, and if the project is correct, Binance will support our token, which also helps the community to have substantial, possible returns on their tokens. So you have to plan it strategically where you're going. And I hope you guys enjoy that little presentation here, which is a different realm. So that's why different planets.
Okay. No, that's really awesome. Everything you just said, it makes sense. I'm glad you're also on other chains, because like you said, it opens it to more people to both come to your game and then also come to Wax, and also just regular gamers, casual gamers not into crypto. They're gonna hear about it easier if it's spread out in more places. So this is really cool. And yeah, Wax does not have many actual video games like this, so this is really awesome. How about we take a little break? You can save your spot there. Oh, you got Bounty Block, Wax, and Polygon right on the loading screen. That's cool. And do a Grubfish, and then we'll get back right after the Grubfish.
All right.
With any final questions as well. So everybody here that hasn't joined yet, go ahead and join. Go ahead and join. And if you have any more questions for Marius here, we'll absolutely cover them and still do some more gameplay footage here after we get back. The prize for this one is actually going to not be an Avalon one. But of course, the puzzle game and the bounty block that we talked about earlier, those ones have the Emerald Early Access Pass. So that's cool right there. But for this Grubfish, first place, we'll get this, the Cyber Vandals poster. Oh, I forgot I had audio. Hey. This is the ConsumerBreak X Cyber Vandals poster that he made last week, and if the winner, the winner, I'm going to send it right away, right after the Grubfish ends, instead of like all the other prizes will be sent by tomorrow. This one I'll send right away, that way you can use it here, because we have 4 hours left on this bounty block, and one of the entries down at the bottom, one of these, gives you 300 entries for that, alright? If the winner doesn't already have one. The puzzle password is Avalon, Avalon, Funken, and welcome to the stream. Alright, so that's what's going to happen on this Grubfish. And then after that, we'll get right back to the gameplay. Which I would say, yeah, you're explaining things really well. Appreciate you going through the actual gameplay to show it visually. That's very nice. It's a lot nicer to see it that way than just answering questions about it. So people actually see it's a real video game. Like, it looks like a console game. It looks very beautiful, very, very professional, high-end video game-like thing with crypto and NFTs in it. So the in-game items that you're finding are actually worth money and can be used and can be traded. That's a really awesome thing to see in video games, especially an open world type of thing too.
Yeah, and there was a lot of questions from the Wax community at some other streams, and I want to kind of turn back to one. Some people don't have time to play games, they're not gamers. That's why they came to Wax to try to grab and do some quick turnarounds, some returns, all that stuff. Do we have stuff that can be passive that you don't need to be in the games. Yes, we do. We have manufacturing buildings such as mills and the portals. You don't need to be active in a game. You place it in a game, you set up your cost of processing or set up your cost of teleportation. You just leave it, and at the end of every 24 hours, it will distribute to your wallet. You don't need to do nothing in a game. You
Very
can just
nice.
dump it and forget it.
Very nice. Old Mankey says it looks like it won't run on your PC. Oh no!
It totally runs on PC.
It runs on PC. Well, we mentioned the requirements earlier. There are some things you can turn off to help that, but you're working
There's
your
a
way.
whole menu. There's a whole menu, guys, that you can reduce your graphic
Okay.
resolution, for example, all that stuff. It will run on i5, but we recommend i7 with G4s just to have the best experience.
Nice. All right. Congratulations! Never Sayed 13. Congratulations!
It scored.
All right. So I just transferred that to you there. Never Sayed 13. If you wanted to go there to the bounty block that's in the chat, if you haven't already entered that, go ahead and do it. And Never Sayed 13, make sure you also enter using that NFT that we just sent you, all right? That'll give you a good little dose of NFTs there. All right, if you have any other questions for Marius, go ahead and leave them in. We're going to hang out still for a bit longer if you wanted to show us more.
I'm watching who's gonna win this one. How many people usually enter those?
What, these grubfish?
Yes.
Oh, it all depends on how many are watching, but 30, 40. Sometimes we get
40.
lucky and get a raid or something and people stick around for like 60, but it just depends. Appreciate everybody, each and every person that's here. Appreciate you being here for sure. Maybe, I guess you can't demonstrate a raid without others, but can you talk more about the goal whenever you're raiding, so you're working together to beat a foe?
So we're trying to don't show the rates. Some of the members that very late
Okay.
night when we test them, they saw it. We're trying to don't show these. We're trying to surprise people. So show too much is not a good idea.
Okay, no problem.
But I can definitely talk about it. So the goal, just like in any other team, you need a tank, you need a healers. You definitely need at least 2 rangers with bows to help you. And try it. I mean, approach it and try it. The goal is to eliminate different waves of enemies. Each of the waves will give you a reward, and then the main boss will give you large reward. If some of your team members died in a mission, it won't wipe everybody out in this difficulty level that we have, which is very player friendly because people hate to get wiped out when the weak ones die, right? So we're not wiping you out. You can still play even if there is 1 mythical left and he's still fighting by himself. Everybody can watch it and cheer because if he wins, they will still get reward. And I think it's very fair like that. We will offer you more difficult versions of raid when one dies and everybody else wipes out. But then the reward is going to be much higher, right? So keep that in mind.
So every quest and every raid has rewards to it.
Yes, correct. And almost every quest has AVL reward, but quests don't give you NFTs. Quests don't give you actual like BUSD or WAX or any other coin that you can get to your wallet and sell right away. Only raids will give you that opportunity.
You look
Okay.
like a kid.
Cool.
We have multiple different characters in the game currently. We have 2 types of Vikings. We have Druids. We have Knights. We have Templar Knights. And we have Inquisitors. The guy that I'm using right now is the purple, the Grand Inquisitor purple. We have legendary version of him. That's this one, the blue one. And also we have a brown version, which is the rare one, in a brown cape. Right. So different versions, different customizations of the characters for you.
Nice.
On the mythicals, we include for now our Danu logo. But if the guild will buy a multiple of them, that we do customize their own logo on mythicals, for example.
So your character is an NFT as well, or not?
Yes, the characters are NFT. Not all of them.
Okay.
Currently, only 2: the Templars and the Inquisitors.
And then you
Very soon we're going to
can-
introduce another character, the Knight, and that's going to be another NFT.
Oh, nice. And you customize them based on their rarity, so the better they are, the prettier you can make them look?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
We're not going to have 10,000 of NFT weapons in the game. We don't want to dilute the market. The weapons are in-game, but from time to time, you will find a weapon that it's an NFT, but usually it's mythical.
Okay. Very nice.
I just think too many weapons, too many NFTs will dilute the market. Would be in items for $2. We don't really look for that. We want you to play, have a fun. Don't think about the money. It's not a play to win, because a lot of people will ask, "Oh, do I need to pay really to win?" No, you don't. You can just harvest as much as you can and reinvest it in a game.
Right.
We give you the tokens in game. It's not. You don't need to buy expansions to win. It's not needed.
Gotcha.
There's no monthly subscription. But we'll be watching the economy and we will see how much people reinvest in actual economy.
So currently, you do need the early passes, but that's just because it's early. So whenever it's fully launched public, you're saying you can play for free. You can enter for free. No?
No, you can't. You're always gonna need a character, and you're always gonna need
character. Okay.
something to own in a game to participate. A huge reason behind it is that everybody that's here likes to play games, but they also like to get some rewards. If you start letting a bunch of people in for free, they may end up pulling out token out of the game. We want to prevent that. You've seen it in hundreds of other games. We don't want that. None of the people wants a bunch of free people, especially if it's economy. Unless you will enter for free, but you can't withdraw any tokens. You can just play the game.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm with you. So what kind of? So you would need a character. What would you need? Like if we're past the early access pass part, you said you would need a character NFT to play.
So you decide to have a character unless you own a business. If you own a business, you will also receive a character with the business.
Okay.
And then the business stays there. You're setting it up and you're leaving it to run. And the character, if you want, you can use for exploration, but it's going to be related. So if you have a mill, it's going to be some kind of farmer knight. If you have a forge, it's going to be a blacksmith character NFT.
Nice.
But in general, you need to choose the class you want to be in and just go with that class. The only thing I want to tell people, if you guys listening, that we can update characters. So see on the bottom, there's levels. So the metadata in your NFTs will be updated. So if you level up your character from 1 to 90, which is top level, and you're bored of it and you want to sell it, they'll be worth a lot of money and you can sell it as level 90. So all the time that you spend in the game will be registered with your NFT. So keep that in mind, that characters are upgradable and it's saved.
Nice. Where would you go? I guess you might have drops in the future. Where would you get these character NFTs?
They're currently listed on Binance NFT Marketplace. They are listed right now already in Atomic Hub on Wax.
Oh,
They're
okay.
under Avalon Druids. They're also listed on OpenSea under Avalon The Game collection. Every time in any of these markets you type Avalon, we popped up. We have been a checked mark verified by Atomic Hub. We're good there. We are, I believe, 80 something Ether away from being verified. I
Nice.
launched the collection, so we go in there. We're getting there. It's pretty easy. Tons of people that replies in your question there are actually are the owners of characters. They bought some buildings early, some little things that they support us, and we give you a great sound. We give you a really cool music to listen to, and tons of tracks. We're gonna be listing our soundtrack. It's gonna have 13 tracks. It's gonna be on all the major stores. So Apple Music, for example, or Amazon. Our soundtrack is gonna go there.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, Online In, what up, man? Thanks for the cheers. Someone asked if you do have an early access pass, but you don't get a character or anything else, you won't be able to play.
Nope. Early access pass allowed you to use all the characters.
Oh, okay.
So you can test them, right? You're not gonna own them. You're just gonna test and play with it, and then you choose which class you like the most, and they're gonna be upgraded by the time the game comes out. But yeah, you can try all the characters. You do not need the character. You just need the pass currently.
All right. So yeah. So while you have this early access pass, then you can go ahead and try them all out. So that's a nice big deal to have one of those passes. Early adopter.
Plus, you receive the tokens. Plus, you're gonna receive a bunch of drops, which I think these passes are really no-brainer. I mean, you most likely gonna get a character from the drop in a raid. Most likely, you have a high chance, especially the gold passes.
Right. Because for the pass, you get a daily NFT or through the raids, so you could get a character that way.
Have to participate in the raids to get an NFT, right? So you have to be active in the game, not just buy it, log in and log out, and you're gonna get stuff. No,
Gotcha.
you have to be active. You have to help us test, and everybody understands that. Some of the actual guilds creating a separate games on Wax right now that represent this world a little bit, so people can join early. There's maps already that's circulating with the villages that people can look in the real estate if they're interested. But in general, we really reward the guys that support us in the beginning. It's very important for us.
Well, that's awesome. So, especially for the gamers out there, you guys that like these types of games, open world and RPGs, some fantasy based, any Skyrim players out there, this looks like a really fun thing to get into, and especially the earlier the better. If you can manage to get yourself one of these early access passes, you'll be ahead of everybody else. You can get in there and start exploring and earning and providing feedback to improve the game. So that's really awesome.
Yes, bug hunting and treasure hunting. So like I say, I hide a bunch of chests in different places. So it's really cool to just spend an evening and run around, and you may bump into something that it's, valuable, for example. Or you're gonna find a hole in the road, or you're gonna find some tree that doesn't hang the way it's supposed to. There's always something that you can
tree
find.
that doesn't look right. It might be suspicious. Well, that's cool. You got a bunch of hidden treasures in there.
I think people like treasure hunts.
Yeah, treasure hunts. You can even
puzzles.
group. Yeah. Hey, I like puzzles. You can even group, do things in the group. Even when you're not raiding, you can explore as a group and things. So it's like a hangout.
Yes, and then you can bump to some crazy animals that are very, very difficult to kill by a single person.
Oh, so you can survive longer if you have a group. Excellent.
So the big part of the game are dragons, and a lot of community that's with us, they already understand that dragons are not for everyone. Not every character can use dragons. It's going to be a very, very special thing for you to use. There's whole, we'll say, industry kind of starting behind the dragon eggs. Some of these eggs are going to be very valuable. Some of the eggs are going to be NFTs, especially the
Okay.
mythical ones.
Very
Because
nice.
Dragon gives you a lot of advantage in the bottle. It's just straight badass. So also dragons gives you access to many places that are not accessible by walking or riding horse. They're high in the mountains. Like I can go to one right now slowly, and that will allow you to find different weapons that then you can sell to players, right? I'm gonna do a transfer of within the game transfer, so 1-to-1 you can do business. So if you have some mythical bow or something and you want to retrade it to the guy in the game, it's a friend that you trust, right? Outside of the NFTs, are you gonna be able to exchange it and pay yourself inside of the game?
So what do you need to do to get a dragon again?
Well, a dragon, you have to be an Inquisitor or Templar Grandmaster or Merlin. Only mages can fly these,
So
right?
specific characters then. Okay.
Specific character, just like in the Game of Thrones, not everyone can fly dragons. It doesn't work like that. Only the badasses.
Okay.
So aside of that, you have to be friends with Druid, and the Druid can take you on a mission to get your dragon egg. Then Druid can cast a spell with you on the egg to hatch it, and then there is a special tools for Druids that help them to find eggs. I'm thinking that a lot of Druids is just gonna go on the missions and find eggs and then bring them to the market and try to sell them, right? So
Okay.
I'm seeing that future coming for Druids.
So do the
there's
eggs hatch into the dragons?
Yes. So the dragon is gonna start as a little pet that's gonna run with you. Wait, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna die. And I did. So yes, the eggs need to be hatched by druids. So it's gonna be you as the owner and a druid that has the spell that casts a spell on the egg, and that's gonna create a little dragon. You're gonna raise this dragon from level 1 to 10. It's not gonna take long. You have to feed it with the orc meat that it's available at every single raid, and then it's gonna grow to a big dragon, and then it's your dragon, right? And we have the
very
whole
nice.
article about dragons in our light paper.
Okay.
And you can go up in the sky and fight your friends with dragons, or you can just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
and burn stuff.
And
Or we're creating a whole new world right now that has cities in the sky where only dragons can
wow.
access.
Dragon cities. Wow.
So basically, when you're going to look up, what you're going to see is going to be some islands floating, and these can be accessed. I'm gonna show a little bit night, and these can be accessed by dragons only because the height of the fly. Different missions there for dragon riders up in the sky. We're working on rewarding, and it's gonna get better and better and better with time.
Very cool. Any Game of Thrones fans out there? House of the Dragon fans? This is very much on theme with the dragon
I don't
riding.
know if we spoke about it, but our writer wrote Game of Thrones the game. So that's our writer.
Wow.
He wrote everything for Game of Thrones the game, right?
Okay.
Jason Sloan. And if a mount dies, will it be permanent? Yes. I'm trying to people to give a shit about their mounts. Don't get them in bad situations. So if your dragon dies, it's dead.
Oh man.
Pretty much end of the story. And the reason behind it is we don't want people with 50 dragons
Yeah.
and don't care about them. So yeah, they will die if you don't take care of them, but you can heal them. We'll talk about it. We have a place for healing dragons, for example. And right there behind me in the stables, you can heal your horses. Because first mount that people are going to love and care about is going to be their horse, I'm sure. And just bring it there and heal it, and that's fine. Some horses can be damaged, some horses will heal very quickly. Many of them will require healing. I think caring about your mounts, it's something important. It's the same for your life. That's why in this game, when you get damaged, you don't recover health right away. You recover health very, very slowly, unless you have food items such as this bread here that you can consume and recover.
Gotcha.
Basically, care about your health. So don't go around in the forest and start killing 50 wolves with a pitchfork, right? Just an example.
Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself. It's a bit realistic.
Well, are you making money? Don't forget you're making money in a game.
Yeah.
So be careful, because for some of the people this may be the extra $10 a day. For some maybe the extra 20. For some maybe the extra 1,000. You don't know how big your business is gonna grow. So I'm trying to always tell everybody it's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Even wolves are not easy to kill. We also have killer bunnies because everybody's laughing, and most hated. We were just voting that the most hated boss that was proposed for the game is the bot that we have named Carl, that's muting everybody, and he looks like a turtle, and that's why we decided to create a boss, mini boss, out of the bot, and that's gonna be fun for people.
Very nice.
If you hate it, you can kill it. So one of these things.
Will the properties be controlled by PvP means? Asks Bizad.
No, so no raids on properties. No, I know what they mean. So can you come and raid the village and we keep the properties? No, property protects you from. So I didn't explain that one. See, this game has so much that I can talk for 6 hours. But
get into the Discord if you're really interested in this. Get in the Discord to get even more familiar.
Yeah, so property is there to be a storage. Carry too much, you're limited, but your chests are going to be decent large in your properties, like this one here. And when your door locks, it only opens to your particular ID, so nobody else will be able to open this door.
Oh wow, that's your own lock.
So you go there. Yeah, go there. It's yours. It only belongs to ConsumerBreak, and your name is on the top of it. And what's inside is yours. Nobody can come raid it, steal it. And at night, if you need a shelter, the vampires are coming out. Make sure you come to your home, lock the door, lay down in bed, recover. Don't worry about dying outside, because everybody outside is gonna die at night. I guarantee you.
Too dangerous. Well, that's cool. So that's like a full-on metaverse. You're owning lands, and you're even can be locked in. You can go into your own house and be the only one doing it, based on your own holding of owning that. That's very realistic, right there.
You don't need to buy it. You can just start with honestly $200 character, and just start with the character and start your missions, earn your AVL, then transfer the AVL into a different coin, and or buy yourself items with AVL once it's going to be released, right? Mm-hmm. And that's it. You can just start very slowly and get out, because we have a lot of people here that came into the game and they have a little business, but they really want to have a forge, for example, right? But they can make money for forge while using the mill, right? And you can buy a mill by questing. We give you all these options. They're not out of reach. We try. You start very little and you can be very big, just like in real life. The same thing.
Yeah, I like how people can treat it as business too if they want. They don't really have to be gamers. They can go in here and try to just create business to other people.
Yeah, for example, just an idea, because I have a couple guilds that bought out a bunch of items. Some guilds basically say, hey, we have a pool and we're buying a mill, right? We all taking a risk on a mill. We understand it's a risk, right? This is the price. How many people we have? Okay, that many. We deposit it to the pool, and it gets later, the profits get distributed equally. Somebody's in charge of it, but they get distributed equally to the pool of people. That's totally possible too.
Yeah.
People are very creative. You can do ConsumerBreak, big pool, for example, and supporters can throw money into that pool, and you're going to be the boss in charge of the mill. And then at the end of the month, you distribute it, because people may not afford it, but they may have $100 to throw in. So there's different options for them.
Yeah, a lot of options. Very cool. Tishy's asked, where do I sign up? Well, currently it's pre-release, so you need that early access pass. But is that all you need? That's all you need, right?
Yes, that's all you need. Only the early access pass. This is the article about them. They're listed on all the exchanges.
Yeah.
And
so that tells you about them in that medium. They are the Emerald Pass is a prize on the puzzle game and the bounty block, but otherwise you have to go buy them. Is it only on the market, or do you have drops?
Yes, it's only on the marketplaces, on all of them, on OpenSea and on Atomic Hub, because most of the people here are from WAX, so they're familiar with Atomic Hub.
Yeah,
You
so if you go to their collection, you definitely see them on the market there. Kind of pricier than other things that we're used to, but that's because the things that we normally deal with are not this big game like this. So, but you can look at the prices there if you wanted to get a pass, and then you can dive.
It's-
You can dive right in with a pass. You can try all the characters and explore and everything.
I think a lot of people did mistakes from giveaways and they listed the Emerald passes for $60. There's like 4 of them, or they were, maybe they're sold out. I think it's a big mistake because they're giving away 14 NFTs when one of them most likely is going to be character. And they're giving away for $65. I'm always laughing at that. Why people do that? Like they will get a character is going to be worth $300 at minimum.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big point. That thing is giving you, the pass is giving you a lot of free NFT airdrops, which can be many different things. So it makes sense that they're that valuable for sure. Or we should be more
Maybe,
so.
like you say, maybe it's expensive on some way, but we're more of like a Mirandus on big time stuff. So we priced it a quarter of a price actually of the other games, right? And the threshold of starting currently is at $80. I don't find it to be expensive at all when you're joining a crypto game. I don't find it. Like which games of the really good ones you can join for $80, where not only you get the 80, but you also get the equal amount of token. So
And the
really
utilities
just
that
buy
it brings. So it's an investment because it's an investment not just to resell later like a lot of other NFTs. It's giving you NFTs and tokens when you participate in the game. So
and we're gonna do a buyback on these, people already know that we're gonna do a buyback on the badges that you will get from the raids.
okay, cool.
So and I was saying to everybody, basically what you do, you're just getting free access to the game to help us to find different bugs and start building community and spread the word. And that's how it works. Yeah, there's mythic characters a bunch of people bought for $1,100, but they studied the game for a month, they understand where it's going, and then decided to do it. And look, my mythic characters or our game mythic characters are like $1,100-$1,200, but mythic characters for Mirandus are $38,000. So like come on, just
Yeah.
an example, right? So I don't think we try to price it good. Maybe Wax community is used to different games when they pull tokens and do all that. But did that really work out for you guys? For how many of you? For 5%, 7%? And that was the big winners. Everybody else was always the big loser on this, like Farmers Land and anything else, right? So keep that in mind that when you look at blockchain, it's the same for guys like you, which you're trying to build economy, trying to present the good projects, right? Trying to don't burn out your name.
yeah.
We walked away completely from YouTubers, for example. I spoke to many of them, and I know they're on a payroll of different games, and I was like, no, I don't want it. I just want people that at the beginning are going to say, we don't want $5,000 for video. We just want to show your game. We want rewards for our community. We're going to support it if we trust it. And then I support you. I'm the same way. You come and support us, we support you. If people from the front ask me for money, which many of them does, we created our own YouTube channel. This third video, or fourth one, hit 53,000 views.
Oh,
And
wow.
Sega contacted us. Now is the second coming out. So we rather spend money on promotions of YouTube than giving YouTubers stuff.
Yeah.
It's just my 2 cents, right? And open for cross promotions. So we did a bunch of promotions recently with different Wax projects, Pinup and Afterland and a couple other ones. We're mixing the communities. We're introducing that and trying to don't be pricey. That's why we did the pass at $80. I think it's still normal.
Yeah. I think it's fair, especially when you consider not only the high-end game, but the fact that you are on other chains. I think Wax people are just not quite as used to higher prices, but at the same time, they're not used to high-end games either. A lot of these collections are just collections or simple games, so it makes total sense. And like we've been saying, like all that utility that comes with them too, and the things that you can do with them inside the game is a really big deal.
But look where the game is going. It's going in the console at some point. Let's say 2 years from now. It's not right now, but it's going there, right? It's going in the browser. which is very important, right? And it has three very popular chains attached to it. That's gonna just the communities are gonna catch up and it's gonna start growing.
Yeah.
It gives you a high potential of a lot of players coming into the game. Will they stay? How long they will stay? Will they like the storyline? We don't know all these things. But we know that it will spin around and they will join. And therefore, you being in the first year of production gives you, let's compare it to Axie. A mythical Axie sold for what, $800 or was $750 on the early ones in the chests, right? When they were in the chests, or was $1,000, and some of them sold over $1 million later on. So it's depending how the spin is going to be, but always thing on the mythical characters. Me personally, I consider the best bet you can do. You get the best bang for your buck, and the chance of the rarity, because there's only 10 of them per chain. A total of 30 mythicals per character, right? I'm assuming that will be a killer in 2 years.
Yeah. Very scarce for sure. Will you be allowed? Will regular people allowed to stream early access if they have the pass? Can they stream, or is there like any kind of rules to keep it on the down low?
We're gonna have some discussions about it with community. Which trying to don't show everything to everybody. It's kind of friends. The moment you invest in the game, we try to like bring everybody into this separate chat room and talk about it. You're now essentially you're part of the development because you help us. So we try to say like, look, people are gonna do whatever they're gonna do, right? I can't stop them, but I will recommend let's agree to certain things. Let's agree to certain areas or certain things that are actually working. So don't come in a build and stream, well, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, right? We don't want you. You're supposed to be here to support us, not come and hate on us.
Yeah.
So, and it's very easy for us to block these accounts and all that stuff. So we're trying to have supporters. We don't block you from doing it. However, early weeks of the gameplay, we will slowly open larger and larger areas. So the first week, small area, second week, larger, and then keep on going with that.
Very cool. Okay.
And so we see what is happening. And we're just trying to build friendships here. It's not only common play. We have a really cool team, very cool players with us. We have very good personalities. There's zero hate going on. Everybody's helping everybody. Everybody's helpful and thankful. We have people speaking French. We have tons of people from Latin America. Our majority is English speakers. We have some people from Japan and some guilds coming in right now.
Very cool.
And I'm talking to a German guild that's coming.
Awesome.
So,
awesome. Can you tell me a little more about the historical version of it? So if there's no dragons, and what kind of things are you doing in that version? Is it just more diplomatic, or how's that work?
So there's going to be a very, very nice article about it in about 2 weeks that's coming on Medium. So our advisor to the historical part is Freddy Silva. He's the #1 in the world expert on Templars.
Wow.
#1. He's #1. There's no smarter person in the world that knows more about Templars. And he is advising us to what kind of storylines we're creating, what are we teaching to people, what are we talking about Templars. So we're going to be very accurate. So every Templar that you're going to meet in the game, it's going to be actual Templar that lived that century. And that Templar is going to give you quests that it's very accurate what was happening in these times. That's one thing. Then buildings, for example, this building is created, the temple building is created out of 3 different temples that were built by Templars. So, and it's going to have markings that you can find and scan and add to your library of markings, right? For example.
Oh wow.
So we give people a lot of, it's a little bit like Assassin's Creed, where you're going to be able to approach the point, look at it, scan it, and acquire items, right? But you need to find them. So we're teaching you a little bit architecture, and then we're going to teach you the whole Templar storyline, why they created Portugal. Oh, oops, they created Portugal. People didn't know that. So why Portugal was created, or why they moved to Scotland. What did they done in Scotland? What did they did in Jerusalem? What did we learn from them? What were they hiding? Why this guy that I'm running right now, Inquisitor? The Inquisitor was sent from Rome to get after the secrets and try to kill them and find the secrets, right? All these stories you're going to find in the historical part. And it's not the one that you've seen in Assassin's Creed, which is based on your history books that are old and inaccurate, right? It's the one done of the latest research and the current research. And another thing that people are going to like, we're also building another game, Gods of Orion. And characters from this game, the epic ones, that will, epic and mythicals, that will go to the highest level, they're going to be able to be used in a second game. Stuff that I want to mention.
Awesome. Well, that's really, I think that's really neat. Any history buffs out there, this is a nice way to learn more, a much more engaging way to get into the history and how things were actually done, and you're actually learning real things that way. So that's awesome. And then you got also storylines on the fantasy part, so it's actually like storyline based. Very cool. What kinds of things do you do in the quests, like specifically? Is it like a find something, or is it find a person, or what do you do in a quest?
So the early quests in alpha are going to be pretty generic. For us, the test of alpha is to see how the quests will work with 50 people in this village, right? How the system will behave. And the quests are going to be very generic at the beginning, which is go kill something and bring me something, right?
Okay, gotcha.
That thing drops. Bring me that, and I will give you something, so you can go and pursue another quest. Or bring me multiple items without killing something, because I need to perform a task. And if you help me with my task, then I will help you with the second mission. Some of them are very simple. Some of them, like, you will approach the character and he will tell you to get lost.
Okay.
Because you don't have this, you don't have that. You need to figure out where to find it. So these are the alpha quests. The quests are going to come later on in our releases of the August game. Are going to be more. These are going to be there too, but the other ones are going to be more of a team building, exploration, and solving puzzles. So there's going to be quite a bit of puzzles that you need to solve. So you're going to find a scroll, but when you open it, you can't read it. Okay. You have to find somebody to decrypt it for you. Then you need to find that one decrypted, and now you acquire NFT of the decrypted scroll, right? We already talked about it with community that they like teamwork, and you don't need to be on this particular storyline. So if the quests are too difficult for you, you choose a different storyline, become a hunter, do that stuff, right?
Cool. Yeah, lot of options. Very cool. Different interests that people are in, they're gonna be going and doing different things, and that's the beauty of an open world in a metaverse. So the puzzle solvers, they're definitely gonna like this. Oh, we got a blank map, you gotta decrypt it. Will the puzzles be harder than the monthly quest breaks?
You can sell it, because the guy is gonna have 5 parts of a 6-part mob that leads him to Dragon Egg. He's not gonna have the 6th part. You're gonna have it. And you can just list it and sell the crap out of it if someone looks for it. So you're gonna have different rarity, the parts of the mob. So everything, it's gonna.
Oh, if you can't find it in the game, go look for it on the market. Somebody might
go and look at it in the marketplace. Get it? Why not? You have the money, or you run a mill, and the mill makes you money. But I want to kind of put a point attention, because I work hard, and I know a lot of guys that have kids, businesses. They come to computers. They just want to relax. So, like I say, we will have the world called Hunting Grounds. A bunch of guys that are here in the chat with you, they saw it already. It's very beautiful. I showed you just a little bit. But you just enter there, find yourself a calm, cozy place. Maybe invite one friend. You both open a beer, talk about issues at work, and fish. Just watch that, and you may catch some really cool and expensive fish. I'm not saying you won't. We're introducing that, but it's very calm. Don't
go
kill
fishing
anything
in the game. Yeah, if you just want to go and fish, you can do that. That's cool. I love it. I like that it's open world. You do have all these options, and that you could do it in a group. I like the multiplayer part of it, like a metaverse part of it.
And if you are adrenaline junkie, we opening the PvP zone where you cross through certain portal. And once you land there, there's one expensive chest in the middle, and everybody can go and fight for the chest. If you manage with the contents back to the portal, then you keep the contents. Most likely they will be trying to kill you. So we have one spot where people can go and fight each other, because some people like that, right? So Quite a bit of different options for everyone.
Yeah.
You're only seeing me playing, but a bunch of people saw me even doing raids with 6 of us. So it's a proven multiplayer. It's not a single player.
Yeah.
But you can be by yourself. You can be at peace by yourself, running your own missions.
So are there enough people with passes that are regularly playing and doing raids now?
About 60 people, I believe, has a gold
Oh,
pass.
60, okay. And they're in there playing already, huh?
We're not playing. We're starting the first week of November.
Oh, okay. So even if you have a pass, you can't actually jump in and do it until November then.
No, into November. We're finishing some
great.
sounds. We're finishing some stuff.
So this
nobody's in a huge.
Gotcha. This is actual alpha then. This is only for you right now.
Yes, this is an internal team, but it just looks exactly the same like the game.
Gotcha.
There's no difference. We don't have any fancy trailers. That's what I like to do. The streams.
Yeah.
People can see the actual game, not a fancy trailer.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, for you to do that and really dive in and come onto other streams like this one too, and kind of show people what's going on.
If you want, I think actually I have one here. Maybe I'll be able to show it to you. Give me 1 second. I think I have somewhere here a gameplay trailer. You can look at that one. I don't know if my screen is showing it.
It is.
So this is made for investment companies. You can see it's actual multiplayer. It's going to show you different options. So I'll let it play for people to see.
Cool.
This is also the old UI, but it shows.
Oh, it looks awesome. I'm sure it's only going to get better too with time. Dragon battle.
I mean, just an example, because some people think that the dragons really don't do anything. Yeah, they're multiplayer. You can take them to the battle, 5 of you, do stuff.
That'll give you an edge.
That's the purpose of alpha. We need to test how they're gonna work in a large groups. So
awesome.
Awesome. And this is played now with the Xbox controller. You can see because the X is popping up. So you can play it from keyboard and a mouse, or you can play it with controller.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people would like that as well. The controller. Awesome.
Some people like it like that. All right, I hope we answered all the questions.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot of ground here. Yeah, any last questions from anybody? Somebody asked, how will mob marking work? Do you know what they mean? Mob marking. Remember the old World of Warcraft when a mob grayed out and only the first hit got loot?
I don't think I'm gonna have that one. I don't think we will have it.
Okay. More cheese is a mouse and keyboard all the way. Blazer Vision asked why you hate fishermen. When you killed that poor fisherman, what do you got against him?
I think they stink with fish.
They stink with fish. I heard that. So whenever this is all up and running, and you got more people playing, you're gonna see more people in the game that you can just run up on, right? They'll be in the open world, and you can meet people like that as well.
Yes, that's the whole. It's open, but you're not going to PvP everybody that you're going to meet. It's not like that. It has a separate zone, right? So you're going to be safe running around. No morons are going to come and attack you.
Okay, yeah.
So that's a pretty safe.
A safe zone, but yeah, okay. But other than that, you can go and talk to them and whatever. Okay.
You can talk to them. You can exchange different items, or you can, like me now, murder this guy.
Murder the NPCs. That's a cool looking bow too.
Oh, not bad. He bought it for fishing, I guess. You haven't had a chance to look closer on the ship that we have, but the next time I do a close of the actual ship that we have. It's very detailed too. I'm watching the chat and I'm checking if somebody's asking any questions.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a fun stream here watching all this. This is really cool stuff. I'm sure people that are not familiar have got their interest piqued. We have a very high quality game here that hopefully will grow to big heights, offer many amazing things. Hopefully you grow the user community as well as blockchain community. I hope to see gamers kind of start to see that they can own their assets and do different things with them, potentially profit from them. This is really cool for the gaming space. And you're doing really great work. And they got their community, so they got their Discord. Thanks for all the follows, guys. The bounty block there that we have with Avalon has all the links, so that's one easy way to. Oh, we got a subscription too. Thank you so much. Thank you. So that's our bounty block link in the chat there, and that has all the links if you wanted to enter by following us. We got the Twitter and the Twitch and Discord, YouTube. You can do that, and then you can follow along on what they're doing. So the Twitch as well, because Marius here streams gameplay. So as new things come up and all that, you're going to be live demonstrating them. I think that's a really cool thing as well. Like you said, you had a trailer, but you're not focusing on a trailer. You're the creator of the game that's there in person, answering anything to anybody. So you're there for the community. That's a really beautiful thing you don't get from mainstream games. So that's awesome. And you're going to apply the feedback as we play too. All these early adopters with their passes will be shaping the future of the game and testing. So that's a really cool thing to be a part of. Very cool.
Many people never have that option. So this is like this option for them to be a little bit part of the development versus see just the delivered product, right?
Mm-hmm. Be part of it, yeah.
Some of the big supporters already have like their own bears named after them and stuff like that. So not only you're here to watch, but you also in a way become part of the game for the next, God knows how many years the game is going to take place.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be your bear around. Just an example, right? World of Warcraft took 5 years to build the first one. Four, but in 1 year of tests. So 5 years.
Well, you're certainly ahead of things here. You got a great team that's, like you say, some of them have worked on some very famous things, and they're backing you. And you got a grant, so now you're focusing on marketing and getting these early adopters to shape the game for the final launch. So it's very
marketing.
Cool.
We're preparing for private sale of tokens. We have completed a seed sale. We haven't raised any venture capital. We don't want venture capital to tell us what to do with the game.
Very cool outlook. I like that.
It's more of a community-owned game, so community players can be part of the private sales or as well as public sales. Mm-hmm. That's the way to support the game, right? Mm-hmm. We don't want to be flashed by venture capital that decides to sell something in 3 years.
Yeah.
We have to be protected from that, so we're watching out. And we're self-funded, so my company, Dano Games, that is a publisher, we're funding this project. We've been paying for it for a year with the support of Amazon and support of Polygon a little bit. And honestly, having Amazon on your side is huge.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
A lot of projects may look all fancy-pantsy. Once they launch, they have to over the cost of servers. And with keeping up with large communities, It's incredible amounts of money.
Yeah.
That's why many projects you see they shut down because they couldn't pay the servers anymore.
Yeah,
So,
it's a big deal. You guys that don't know, Amazon owns AWS, Amazon Web Services, which is like one of the biggest hosting server platforms. So, because we're on ConsumerBreak, is also uses it. So that's a great, yeah, it's a very good news that you got partnered with them to help you scale. Because whenever you do scale with users, that cost of hosting will also scale. And for something high end like this, these are things to think about. So it looks like you got it covered. Very nice. Very nice.
Let's do one of those some other day after we have all the updates done. Maybe we do another one in like a month.
Yeah, we can
the
see.
new updates right before the release. We do some giveaways again. We'll see who's gonna come. And the community is gonna educate more. They're gonna have different questions.
Yeah.
I do recommend people should grab the favorite drink of choice and read the light paper, and I'll let your computer read to you Medium because it's very easy now. You just press play and we'll read the articles. You don't even need to read them.
Oh.
It's a very cool thing. We have 5 large articles, I believe, on Medium currently.
Okay, great.
Describe the gameplay and the raid system in it.
Great. So if you're interested to learn even more, you can dig through those articles and learn all about it, so you know exactly what you want to do inside the game, your strategies. And here very soon in November, you'll be able to jump on in if you have the pass and start. So very, very awesome. Very awesome. So with that, I think we're wrapping up. Appreciate everybody that's watching. I will continue 3 more grubfish, so stick around because we got more prizes to give. But Marius, thank you very much for being on here and demonstrating all this. Appreciate it. And do you have any last words for the fam?
Come over, join our community, and join this beautiful adventure with us, and read and educate. And I hope to see you on the next stream. And thank you for participation.
For sure, excellent. And y'all remember to hit up our collab, hit up the puzzle game where you can win one of those passes, as well as the bounty block. You could win one of those passes. So those would be that's an awesome thing to win right there. Now that we know what it all is, you can, if you got one of those passes, you can jump right in next month and start playing. So that's awesome. Appreciate you giving us those giveaways as well to do that. Very nice.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.